Hey everyone, Dirhams here, and today I decided to try Alliance Heroless challenge. So that would be Dominion Dome Final Colossal Warfare stage with no heroes basically. I also don't use heroes upgrades, so my towers are not cheaper than usual. You can see that I'm using 2 Linearians and still towers cost the same. So for this challenge it's really tense in the early game and honestly very difficult throughout the stage. And for the beginning I need 1 Stargazer because it's OP, 4 armored guys and Battle Brewmaster. Battle Brewmaster is one of the best towers in Heroless challenges and honestly one of the better towers in the game. It has so big AoE damage. The AoE is so good in this game, especially when you don't have hero spells or something like that. And Brewmasters just shine in this kind of challenges. They are needed, so if you can do it without them, then it will be much harder than with them. So that's why I'm using this kind of strategy. Of course I'm using Cream Raves because they're also needed in Heroless challenges. Basically the best tower here, since they can kinda act as a hero, because you can move your tower around and this way be kind of like hero, movable and so on. That's nice. Also their tier 1 is great because of the teleport and their stats are actually good. 6 seconds respawn time is really good. And the last tower I'm using here are Cannoneers for the same reason as Stargazer, because they're just OP without any requirements. As Cream Raves too, to be honest, they're also OP pretty much every time. But for Brewmaster, it's their niche in the game. So I believe this tower is pretty strong and definitely needs more appreciation from the community. Probably second best artillery in the game after Trican. Trican is just too broken because of the bombardment, but you can see on this challenge Trican can do what Brewmaster can because it's too expensive and don't have that much money in the beginning. So Brewmaster is the best option there. For early game it's essential. And yeah. So if we're talking about what happens now, it's really tense. You can see that I'm getting pushed by these swarms. These dwarfs with a flame speeder, with flame speeders. I don't remember their name. They are so annoying because they block my towers, and if they block Brewmaster or Stargazer, I'm cooked. So that's not a good thing. I'm moving around Stargazer so I can damage First Guardian a bit more. I also wait till next wave comes because I can't deal with these waves without heroes. And Brewmaster is also really helpful because it reduces enemies' damage, so my reinforcements and barracks can tank a bit more from even mini bosses, which is pretty nice. And the damage is also pretty good. As you can see, Brewmaster can deal 90 damage with with no heroes and 100 damage with 2 Dark Army heroes equipped with every hit because of the improved Formulas upgrade, which is pretty strong. It's very consistent, the best base artillery in the game and probably second best artillery inside of this game. So now we have Dark Steel Hulk, the enemy that is not threatening on regular playthrough, but now he definitely is. With no heroes, it's really tense to face them, since almost every time you need to use your hero spell against them when they're charging, but I don't have hero spells, so that's a bit scary sometimes. As you can see here, 2 mini bosses are coming now. I'm doing this Stargazer trick again, so I can damage Guardian a bit more, and using Cannoneers to burst down this Hulk as fast as possible. I also wait as long as possible, because the next wave is big robot wave, and that means that flyers will come, and that is not a good news. So we have to be extra careful right now, because flyers are problematic. Even after several nerfs, they're still problematic, especially on Heroless run, as Dark Army heroes are really helpful against flyers with their whole map slow. I don't have this, so it's pretty tense. Mage heroes like Niru, Therian, Spider, or even Stragi are also helpful against flyers. Kronk is pretty helpful against flyers, since he can deal with them using his hero spell, which is pretty broken. Dragons are obviously pretty good against flyers, and I don't have any of them right now. Cannoneers and Stargazers are carrying right now, and you can see how essential Brewmaster is right now, how much impact he makes and how much damage he deals. Flying Centuries are pretty scary for me in this run, because they're one of the few things in this game which counter Cannoneers, since they always push them back. You are forced to move your Cannoneers back, which is not really good. These guys, Dark Steel Anvils and Mad Tinkerers, are also annoying, but not that bad. Overall, the scariest enemies here are basic flyers, these scrap drones, flying centuries, of course, then probably 2 mini bosses, and I think shielders are also annoying because of the HP. They basically have more than 1000 HP combined when you take their basic form, the shield form, and then regular hammer form. And half of this HP is high armored, so they're also pretty strong. Here, fists are Dark Steel fists are also kind of scary, since they can probably the only enemy that can cause my barracks problems. Even mini bosses get stalled, Hulks, because they have single target, and Guardians don't have enough damage, especially with Brewmaster debuff. Yeah, that I think I mentioned every enemy. And as for now, my defense is established, and now I just need to micro a bit. I need to upgrade my Stargazer, my second Stargazer, and build second Brewmaster. Grim Wraiths are so good at tier 1 that you don't need their tier 4, but their tier 4 is great against mini bosses and bosses, very great for stalling, for damaging. True damage is really nice, damage reduction is really nice, and slow from Undying Dread is really nice. So Undying Dread is a goated ability, and I will upgrade Grim Wraiths closer to the end of the stage against mini bosses spam and Grimbeard himself. But now these waves are not that scary after first couple of waves. I would say hardest waves are wave 1, 2. I think everything till wave 5 is pretty hard. Every flyer wave is pretty hard. And the final wave is also pretty stressful because it has 6 mini bosses and a bunch of flyers. This can be stressful even on regular playthrough, and with no heroes it just becomes a bit chaotic. Gladly I have these OP towers. I don't know if it's possible without Cannoneers and Stargazer. I think Brewmaster and Grim Wraiths are required, but I think it's possible to change Cannoneers and Stargazer, because I picked them not because of their uniqueness, just because they're strong everywhere. But I think you can pick something like likes of Arcane Wizard for Stargazer, and I know Rocket Gunners for Cannoneers, but it's probably close to impossible without these two towers too. So now my second Stargazer is upgraded, and it's already close to the final wave. But also we have a boss which takes quite a lot of time to kill without heroes, without hero spells, and so on. So yeah, as for the boss, my plan is to upgrade Grim Wraiths and basically permastall him, because of how weak Grimbeard as a boss is. I honestly wish we could get this giant robot as a boss, but because this Grimbeard himself was kind of a disappointment as a boss. He is just a walking piece of sack of meat, I would say, and almost does nothing. With this robot we could have had something like Overseer or Jokul, and also something, at least something more unique than what we got. I also thought that maybe I could have made something like Jokul Overseer boss from wave 10 or 8, and then when we destroy this robot, this current boss fight happens. That would be pretty nice. But yeah, going back to the gameplay, we have the scariest wave probably, because of flyers and mini bosses at the same time. You can see how close they're getting. And also this Hulk is pretty close to my exit. My arcane pillars are wasted on him, and there are 2 more incoming. There are also guardians, which are threatening in combination with these flame speeders, and there are 2 of them, so they can burst through my barracks now, which is kind of a problem. But on the other hand, Hulks are getting stalled because of their single target damage, but they're still more threatening than Guardians, because Guardians just die and these guys can get through. Honestly, this challenge was pretty fun, just because of the fact that I experienced hard Colossal Warfare again. With Hulks getting problematic, it was a nostalgia. Because Colossal Warfare was great, at least for me, when it got released, and then it got way worse with all these balance changes, which is kinda sad, but it is what it is. And here we have a boss fight finally. I saved almost 2000 gold, so I can buy everything. So every tower can work, can function normally. This was a problem on one playthrough, that he always killed my cannoneers with his rocket, and then I discovered that he has safe node on this thing, so I can put cannoneers closer to the exit and he won't shoot them. So in one playthrough I had this thing where he killed cannoneers and one of the sentries got through, which was very annoying. I was so annoyed because of this thing, but when I discovered this feature about his save nodes, it became really chill. So as you can see, I'm using Grim Raves to destroy the boss. Undying Dread is being pretty great right now. Also need to mention that his boss wave sucks. It has no mini bosses, which is kind of sad. It could have been still a great boss fight even with this lame concept, if they added a nice boss wave, but we just got a couple of enemies, like 3 fists with 1 flame speeder. Well, what is it? It's kind of disappointing. And as you can see, damage reduction got stacked, Brewmaster 1 and Grim Raves, and Grimbeard is not moving at all, which is kind of satisfying to see how Grim Raves destroy him. As for Grim Raves, they're a weird tower. They're very strong because of their teleport and because of Undying Dread, but everyone else about the tower is kind of meh. Tower is still pretty OP, an S tier tower. It makes game so much easier and breaks it in some way. But I wish tower had something more about it. I still very like this tower. My favorite tower in the game and one of my favorites in the series. But I wish they got something else. For example, 3rd unit could be nice, or lower respawn time, so they can act more as a barrack and not only as a teleporting support tower. And as I'm saying it, Grimbeard got a bit further, but he will be dead in 1 second. Yeah, so that's basically it. I find Heroless challenges in Alliance been very interesting and cool. Uh, they they have a lot of strategy involved, way more than normal playthrough or other challenges, because heroes make everything so easy about the Alliance, and doing Heroless you actually need to think. So that's about it. Bye everyone.